Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, sing a song for the glorious season.
I love Christmas.
We're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye.
Don't get your hopes up. I don't think Santa Claus visits hotels.
Hey guys, wake up! It's Christmas!
Merry Christmas! All right, Merry Christmas!
And a very Merry Christmas to you all.
Mother's Christmas present.
War Bond.
Yes, darling, War Bond.
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good nap.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. The 25th anniversary re-release of Steven Spielberg's iconic classic Schindler's List is in theaters this weekend. The film won 7 Oscars in 1994. The true story set during the Holocaust is about a German man who operates a factory in Nazi-occupied Krakow, Poland, named Oskar Schindler. Played in the movie by Liam Neeson, he gradually becomes concerned for his Jewish workforce after witnessing their persecution by the Nazis, and then, in turn, helping over 1,200 of them escape to safety. Yesterday on CBS This Morning, co-host Gayle King shared her feelings about the Baby It's Cold Outside ban. She's against the ban. Gayle is also a Me Too supporter.
I think you can look at anything and read something into it these days, and I just don't think that was the case when they wrote that song and the intent of the song, and I think we have to look at that. I mean, I think Tony Moranti in the studio, who I love and adore, said, "What's next?" I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus. I mean,
I think we should have a Gayle. I think we should have a Gayle essay on that.
Am I the only one that feels that way? Am I the only one that feels this way?
Well,
nobody wants to say.
I think.
But if people are calling in because it's basically triggering this reaction in them, these are people who've been through an experience.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful. I totally get what you're saying about the context, but that powerful reaction has to be
Did you see in that video how she tries to leave and he grabs her arm and then she looks at her arm and then he closes the thing and says you can't leave? I mean, that part is somewhat coercive. I mean, I have to say it's making me rethink
this song.
Yeah, it is making me rethink it.
Not me.
I'm going to go back and. Okay.
No, so we just have to agree to disagree. I just think that it's a light, flirtatious song, and she clearly doesn't seem to be so upset. Keep looking at the whole darn song before you make a decision. I'm so irritated by that.
So my guess.
People, sit down. We are losing our sense of humor nowadays, and I'm a big favor. I'm a big supporter and big proponent of the Me Too movement, but I just don't think we have to nitpick every single little thing. I know I'm going to get hammered for this, so let's just move along.
It's time for Things I Learned from Seinfeld.
George, what is that? It's nothing. It's got no snap, no zip. I need a nickname that makes people light up.
You mean like Liza?
I was thinking T-Bone.
But there's no T in your name. What about G-Bone?
There's no G-Bone.
There's a G-Spot.
That's a myth.
T-Bone, the ladies are gonna love you.
That's it for Things I've Learned from Seinfeld.
Trump said Ivanka would make a great ambassador to the UN, but he could never give her the job because of nepotism. Instead, he'll go with someone named Heather Nauert, a blonde woman with very little experience and no conscience. So yeah, the closest thing to Ivanka. A woman's prison in Brazil held its annual beauty pageant. The competition was interrupted for over an hour when one contestant, for her talent showcase, hacked into the prison computer and opened the gates. Officials of the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race have cleared a 4-time champion of wrongdoing in a dog doping scandal. He came under suspicion after one of his dogs helped him win the Iditarod, and then during the same year, that dog pedaled his way to first place in the Tour de France. The hottest visitor to New York City is an Asian mandarin duck that has been seen at a pond in Central Park. Every day, people flock there to get a glimpse of it. You'd think that New Yorkers would be used to tourists by now. In Paris, tourist destinations are closed this weekend, and 89,000 police officers will take to the streets in anticipation of more anti-government protests. And you don't want to be on the street when a French guy gets angry. Have you ever been hit in the head with a 3-day-old croissant? California has become the first state to require that new homes built after 2019 be solar-powered. California will have solar power and legal weed. It took 5 decades to happen, but the 1960s finally came true in California. Health officials are warning fans who attend Clemson football games that they've been inadvertently exposed to mumps. For once, there's a strange physical reaction that you can't blame on a stadium hot dog. Time for Nobody Gives a F***. Apple Watch has been given government approval to perform EKGs. The watch will notify you if it senses an irregular heartbeat. I imagine your first irregular heartbeat will occur when you see the price of the watch. Hey, overpriced junk. Nobody gives a f***. Kevin Hart has declined the offer to host the Academy Awards. As for the reason, Hart was a little short in his response. Hey, Oscar. Nobody gives a f***. And a California high school teacher has been suspended for forcibly cutting the hair of one of her students while singing the national anthem. Wow, I must have missed that one on America's Got Talent. Hey, crazy hair people. Nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live starring Frank D'Angelo, Tuesdays and Thursdays for NSS Live.